Billie Eilish is one of the biggest stars of our generation, with billions of streams on Spotify, albums going double platinum, multiple Grammys, sold out tours, and even an Oscar. And she's not even 24 yet. So how did someone so young become so famous? Well, I think it's obvious. Billie Eilish's music noticeably stands out against other artists. All her songs have this distinct sound, and it's all because she works with Finneas to implement unique sound bites during the production process. Her hit song Bad Guy is a great example of that. In an interview with Rolling Stone, Finneas talked about how when he was working on the outro part for the song, he found out he had a recording of Billie's laugh and decided to implement that in.
Billie laughed at something I said.
Now, if I was Billie, I wouldn't like it if my producer was adding random sounds of me laughing or making other weird noises to the song, or any song that I would write, because I'd be embarrassed knowing that a widespread audience would be hearing it, but she just laughs about it and goes along with the idea. You would never see other artists like Ariana Grande or Justin Bieber allowing random sound bites like that into their songs. You always see them putting out the typical cookie-cutter pop song. You can see this with Ariana Grande's Bang Bang and Justin Bieber's Let Me Love You. And it's because Billie isn't afraid of adding those kinds of sound bites to see if it will work with the song that she's writing, and then putting it out there for people to listen to, that Bad Guy became one of the biggest hits of 2019. This also isn't the first time Billie has allowed Finneas to implement random sound bites. For her song Watch, a song in which she uses a fire metaphor to describe feelings of resentment, Finneas describes turning the sound of him lighting a match into something that can be part of the percussion of the instrumentals for the song.
Me just lighting a bunch of matches in a bathroom. It became the snare, essentially, for this song of Billie's called Watch.
And the idea of a soundbite like that being added to the instrumentals should have been a weird idea to Billie, but judging how that song is out on Spotify with her vocals over those instrumentals, she ran with it anyway. And the song became part of her first successful album, Don't Smile at Me, which peaked at number 14 on the Billboard 200. Not only does she allow Finneas to implement random sound bites, but she also willingly offers him some to put into her own songs. This can be seen with Bury Your Friend. Finneas recounts on Jimmy Fallon's show, or late night show, I don't even know what to call it. Anyway, he recounts on his show how Billie came back home from her dentist appointment one time with a recording of her dentist drilling her teeth.
And so she came home from one of those appointments and was like, I recorded it. And I was like, great. And we put it right in Bury a Friend.
Calling security, keeping my head held down. I read the hatch.
And it's a very weird idea. Artists typically make their instrumentals something absorbable for the ears or something really catchy. So people want to listen to their song on repeat, and then they get more streams and sales. It's why songs like Savage Love was played everywhere on TikTok back in 2020. So logically speaking, if you want to create a song that's going to be widely consumed, adding a drill sound to the instrumentals is an unwise idea because that's going to hurt people's ears. People aren't going to listen to that, and the song isn't going to be as catchy as you would like it to be or really addictive in terms of its sound. And because Billie decided to take that risk with that sound being put into instrumentals, that song became a part of an album that would later go on to go double platinum and debut at number 1 on the Billboard 200 chart. I think that Billie's willingness to experiment, regardless if she'll stick out like a sore thumb, is something that we should all strive to emulate if we want to establish a big name for ourselves in the mainstream media. Because putting yourself out there can help you understand what will grant you success and what won't. And then, before you know it, you'll have something to look back on and think, I'm proud of myself.